So how did this begin, this idea?
Well, this idea came about, I've always been in the insurance business, and one part of helping people with insurance was people asking me, what else can we do? Where else can we put our money? How can I diversify my portfolio?
The Kenyan community in Dallas.
Yes, the Kenyan community in Dallas, in the United States in general. We serve all the states.
Okay.
So that's how we came about. We were like, real estate is booming, it's coming up, and we want to get involved in this real estate business.
Yes.
From the ground up, because you can start from a house that is existing already, but someone has already taken their profit. You could there's someone who built it, there's someone who sold it. So by the time you're getting it, let's say as a rental property, investment property,
yes,
all the profits has been eaten up by someone else. So we said, how about we be the ones that acquire the land, develop it, and then we get all the profits from the ground up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting that Kenyans abroad can buy land.
Yes.
Yeah. So is it the normal way? I mean, the way you buy land here, is this the same way you would buy land in Kenya?
It's slightly different because, first of all, the authorities, want to make sure that the land use has been, taken care of. Zoning, and then you have to go to planning back and forth with the city or the county, whichever jurisdiction you're in. It's hard for us to just acquire land and say we want to build such and such.
Yes.
Even before you acquire it, you have to go to the existing local authorities and find out what exactly you can do with the land. Yes.
And so you eventually will get a title just the way you would get a title in Kenya and own land in America.
Exactly.
Wow, that's daring.
Everyone gets their own deed. They get something to prove that they own it.
So what's the name of the group?
Lone Oak Eagle Station.
Lone Oak Eagle Station?
Yes.
And how many members are you?
We are 68 members total for this particular piece.
So yes. 68 Kenyans came together to put resources together to buy this land?
To buy this land.
What's the area, the coverage?
It's 39 acres.
39 acres?
Yes.
Well done, that's daring. So the title belongs to the group?
Title belongs to the group all the way until we do the development.
Okay.
So once the developments are done, then individuals, with the way we did it, because we already have the lots, we already know how many lots will come out of it. So we kind of wanted to do it in a way that if one person wants to buy more than one lot, they can do that. So it's a share kind of thing.
Okay.
You get one share is one lot.
So the members have lots, and that's how they'll benefit, see what they will want to do with the lots.
Exactly.
But then what's the ultimate goal? What are you going to put up here in the land?
Yes, so we're going to have, this will be an affordable housing subdivision. So homes ranging in about $250,000 to $300,000, which right now is the affordable level right here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Okay.
So eventually, once we do the roads, the subdivisions and everything, then everyone will get their lot, depending on the number of lots they were getting. Then they decide.
So this is the map?
This is the map of the area. It shows we have 174 lots that we come out of it. And then we enter our subdivision through this street. So it takes you all the way in. And then they have many connections to go around. And then back line, we have the tree line. And then back behind us is they're calling it Lone Oak ISD, Independent School District. So we have a school just behind us. Yeah, so the families that will be here, the children will be going to the school right behind us. Yes, and then there's right here there's the sewer treatment plant. So all the wastewater treatment will be done right to the southeast of us here. Yes, and we have some common areas. So like here we're going to build a game place where the kids can be playing, and then we have walking trails, where there are trees. So we're going to kind of leave the green belt. That way people can just sit there and relax, go for a walk within the subdivision. We want to have some Kenyan street names. We want that when the folks come in here, they can tell that we were here. Wakenya walikuja hapa wakajenga.
So how long has it taken you to just reach where you are, where you now own it, you have the title you want to develop?
So we owned real quick because people were able to contribute it so fast. You know, within a month we had sold out everything to all the members. And then now we've been going back and forth with the city, getting the approvals, getting the permitting, getting whatever we need to get started. So we're going to be doing a groundbreaking end of this month, end of June.
This month. How much did this cost?
Yes, so we were contributing per lot, per share, and everyone was paying $8,000.
$8,000.
$8,000
is well over 1 point something million Kenya shillings.
So it came to about 1.4
million Kenya shillings.
Yes. So then we included the cost of acquisition, the realtor costs, sales costs, and all that were all figured in.
So in total,
it was about 1.6 total. $1.6 million.
Dollars, yes. 1.6 million US dollars. This is 208 million Kenya shillings.
Wow.
Worth of investment here.
Yes.
Nyinyi ni mabazu America. Well done, Peter.
Yes. And you know, the funny thing is that, you know, you get it at that cost, but the moment you just break ground, it almost doubles to the dollar. So it'll be worth like about 3 million the moment we just do the infrastructure. So
that indicates the possible return on investment.
Yes, very high. You know, the ROI on it is well over 200% return.
Wow.
Yes. We have other things coming up, and part of the reason why is because this one was oversubscribed. You know, when we sent out word and asking people to join, we had so many takers, there was an overflow. So there's another project that we are getting into, and for that project we're going to do all the approvals beforehand. You know, this one we acquired the land and then did the approvals after acquisition. So now we want to do the approvals first, make sure everything is passed by the city. So by the time you buy into it, you get your own deed, and then those ones will be acre lots. We see it coming up, acre lots. So we are coming up with a wait list. If somebody is interested, they can, you know, be on our contact list, and we can give them more information.
And what lessons have you learned you could you know, apply to similar developments back home?
Yes. Yeah, I think I would say is zoning situations. You also want to make sure that one of the biggest lessons, by the way, has to do with how development, the jurisdiction, make sure you do it the right way, so that the flow of water does not cause flooding in the property. Because you know, right here in the US, FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency, maps out the whole country to determine flood plains, flood zones, so that there's no flooding on, you know, so you can know beforehand, before you acquire property, whether it's likely to flood. So that's one of the things we made sure as part of our due diligence, that the land that people get does not flood. But secondly, what happens is, because you know, you could acquire land and then develop it in such a way that flooding happens downstream. So what the city does here, and one of the biggest lessons I've learned, is they make sure that when you develop, the impact that you create does not cause flooding anywhere else. That way, FEMA stays intact. How they map the area stays intact. So I guess I would say, you know, maybe that's one of the things we could learn, all of us, is that, you know, yes, let's map out the whole country, that way people can know how flooding happens, and also control how development happens. You know, that way people are not developing in areas where, you know, water gets moved in a way that causes flooding in areas that are not supposed to flood anyway. Yes.
And the process of acquiring title?
Yeah, process of acquiring title here is very, very straightforward. What I've learned is very straightforward, and then everything is public. It's online. So if you looked up this property, it will show you who owns it. When you get your lot, when you get your deed for your own acre, for your own 1 acre or whatever size it is, it's online. So that way it cannot be owned by 2 people. Right now we have a shortage of homes in the United States. The demand...
So you are solving some social problem.
We would like to think so,
well,
yes.
Look at that, yes. And these jobs are not, even Kenyans will benefit.
Because we do want to work with people who the economic flow comes back to our community. Yeah, that when we give jobs here, we know he's helping, you know, his family and also people back home. That way we can create an impact, a positive impact, not just of ourselves here in the, you know, Texas, the United States, but also even to back home.
Wow. And then you see what comes into your pocket. You're able, guys, to send back home, the other developments back home, and that's contributing to remittance inflows in Kenya.
Absolutely, absolutely, yes. Because, you know, all these people, the profits that they'll make from the homes building and the rental properties that they'll get, it gives them that economic freedom, first of all, because that's huge. If you ask a lot of people here, Kenyans,
yes.
we work so hard, we want to build wealth, but at the same time, we kind of want to have some time off. You know, one of the things that we do here, we work so hard, and it's like, you know, you have to keep working to make that dollar. But people are looking more towards, hey, how can I put my dollar to work for me as well?
Wow.
And then when my dollar is working, I can have the economic, you know, the financial freedom to visit back home, see my family, spend more time with maybe my aging parents, visit my properties back home, you know, build more even in real estate back home. So like you said, remittances, so they'll get more money to flow back home.
Now, Patrick, what would you want done, or maybe in terms of policy, to make your contributions back home even more better, more organized? What would you suggest?
Yes.
What should be done?
Yes, I think number one, the biggest thing people would like to see is transparency on how the funds are being used. You know, when they land into the government pockets. That's a big one. Secondly, you know, it still costs us a lot to transmit money. You know, the exchange that I can get if I carry my own dollar going back home versus how much I get when I transmit it online. There's a difference. So, and that's a cost that maybe CBK can look into to see how they can lower the cost of those online transfers of money. And then another one would be maybe ease of, when we do investments, people want to know that the investments are safe. And you know, right now we are even though we are Kenyans here in the United States or in abroad, the issue of taxes, you will hear people talk about it a lot. I know it's affecting people back home a lot, even more. And I know the government has to collect taxes, but I think there's a balance between how much you charge in taxes and how much you incentivize people to contribute more towards the development of an area. So maybe that's something they can look at. Yes, try and collect your revenue, yes, but you don't want to hit me so hard that I decide that, you know, that's too much, I'm going to put my money in another country, or I won't even send anything back home. So they have to be those incentives. And I know it's tough for them, for the policy people who are doing the policy, but they can look at a balance and maybe consult more from outside, that way they can get to know maybe how people are feeling.
Wow.
Yes.